Good morning, everybody. Hey, welcome to Wednesday, July 8th. I know I've been gone for a little while and have missed speaking with you guys, but had an important appointment in Tennessee for the adoption finalization for our granddaughter. So a great weekend away for that happened on Monday. And if you follow us on Facebook, Statler Financial Services, you'll see a lot of pictures there as well as this morning.
Oh, FM TLC's Waterfalls there. How do? Good morning. I am really glad you're here. It's 8:41, and we always check in on money and see how your 401k and IRA are doing for you this time. He's back. Phillip Statler is on the phone from the offices of Statler Financial Services in downtown Sebring. Phillip, awful darn good to have you back on the radio with me.
David is glad to be back, and but had an exciting couple days off. Went to Tennessee for the adoption finalization of our granddaughter. So excited about that. Hey, if you follow us on Facebook, you'll see a lot of pictures there that we posted over the past weekend.
I was posting all kinds of likes and love symbols on those. They were absolutely gorgeous pictures. Congratulations to you and your family, Phillip. We're happy for you.
Thank you. We are too. We're excited.
Absolutely. We start out the morning with a down day yesterday after a big up day the day before. So net, we're positive for the week. But if you look at it in a vacuum, 397 points down on the Dow yesterday was kind of El Stinko. NASDAQ went off its record and went down by 90, and the Standard & Poor's was down by 34. Those are not good days, but we were up more than that on Monday. So far for the week, we're green anyway, and it's kind of one of those herky-jerky times of the life, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Right now, we really have kind of a mixed bag this morning. But you're right. Yesterday, it ended up down, and it was down 1.5% on the Dow, which, back in the old days, that was a significant move. Today, it hardly caught my attention.
Yeah, it's amazing how our standard for performance changes. To say, it was only 1.5%, no big thing. We were up 2% the day before, so what the hey, net, it's a gain, and we go on to the next day. I don't think I'd ever find myself saying that, but it's becoming almost normal, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know that that's a good thing, Dave.
It probably isn't unless you're a day trader with a whole lot of research bucks behind you, because it certainly gives a lot of us a bad case of a need for Dramamine while we watch our 401ks and IRAs, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. It is definitely the case where we have good days and then we have some bad days, and they can be pretty volatile in both directions.
Absolutely. We start out the morning, mostly we're kind of into tidbit time right now because it's ahead of the earnings season actually beginning. Alcoa is trying to get their thunder back. They always used to be the first stock leading on earnings season. When they got dropped out of the Dow 30, they also kind of lost their lead position on the earnings reports. They put out some guidance saying they weren't going to lose anything resembling as much money as the experts said they would. So they got some good guidance to come out to start the day out. But really, it's individual companies. We don't have a lot, but there's a ton of merger and acquisition activity going on. I mentioned Uber buying one of their competitors the other day. The big news this morning is one of the members of the Dow 30, Walgreens, is now buying a whole string of doctor practices, and they're going to open up primary care doctor practices in their stores. That's fascinating.
Yeah, it is. I saw they're going to put like 700 many doctor's offices inside their stores. And so what they've done is they have taken a position within this physicians group of about 30%. They're going to be about 30% owner of this group, and so they're going to move and kind of compete against CVS, who bought a whole insurance company. Now they're going to have the doctors, and so we'll see how that works out for them as they continue to expand in the healthcare area.
That juxtaposition I found absolutely fascinating. Watching the war between the two big drugstore chains, as you said, a year or two ago, CVS bought the Aetna Insurance Company, so they controlled a big chunk of the health insurance business. So what does Walgreens turn around? Well, they're going to own the insurance company. What the heck? We'll own the doctors. It's fascinating watching these two behemoths go at each other, isn't it?
It really is, and it's kind of funny because you travel around the country and you see one, you see the other within a block. And a lot of times they're catty corner or right next door to each other across the highway.
Just like they are around here for two of the three locations in the Sebring-Avon Park corridor. I mean, there used to be a CVS in the middle, but they moved out on that one with Walmart on the same block. But north and Avon Park and in the south Sebring, it's CVS on one side of the street, Walgreens on the other side of the street. The only thing that's missing is howitzers on the roof, right?
That's right. Garden it all, right?
That's kind of getting to that point. IBM also announced an acquisition. They're buying a Brazilian artificial intelligence firm that's supposed to help them with their efforts to become the preeminent facial recognition and artificial intelligence company. Another merger and acquisition that gets exciting. It's really kind of interesting to watch.
Well, it is. They continue to move that direction, and IBM really has been kind of, I don't want to say the front runner, but they've done a lot in the AI spectrum. And so this acquisition will just add and give them more bandwidth to do more of that.
Absolutely. IBM was the first one with that big Watson computer that competed on Jeopardy and everything. Now they're getting into facial recognition mixed in with that AI, and that gets into a whole new world of privacy issues and the like. And it's definitely a growth item for 3 or 4 of the major big 3 tech companies.
It is. I don't know if you talked about this on Monday or not when I was, or yesterday actually when I was out, but total vehicle sales came in. Did you see that on yesterday?
I missed that one. What did we come in at?
So total vehicle sales missed by just a little bit. It was supposed to come in at like 13.2. It came in at 13.1. So I think that's probably still a pretty good number given the whole economy and where we are going. It's going to be interesting to see if they can keep it up this quarter.
That is intriguing. I had the ISM Service Index report on Monday, and that gave us a little bit of a boost during the day on Monday. I didn't see the vehicle sales report. And I haven't had a chance to really go through the reports that we've got due this week. We're into that doldrum period of the month. Anything that you see that's going to move the markets this week ahead of us?
There's not much out there. I mean, we get obviously unemployment claims tomorrow. Friday, we get PPI, Producer Price Index, and that's really about it for this week.
I was going to say, I know this is one of those weeks in the month in which things get rather quiet as far as the macro reports, and earnings season not due to start, my guess would be the early part of next week. We'll start getting the flood of the financials in, wouldn't you figure?
Yeah, probably. Even next week, I only see less than 100 or right at 100 earnings coming in next week.
Does that mean the two talking heads on the radio are going to have to think of something to talk about?
I mean, I tell you, they really push us. And then the next week, the 20th, the week of the 20th, then they start pouring in.
That's when the flood begins. I knew it. Yeah. I knew it was on the way before long. Like I said, when Alcoa puts out guidance trying to get a little bit of thunder out, that says earnings season is on the way. Setting the table again for the morning. It was a down day yesterday after an up day on Monday. If we follow the rhythm, I'm kind of expecting to see green ink this morning, and I see a little bit of it anyway on my futures. Where are we going 45 minutes early?
Hey, we are, Dave. We are heading up, but I don't want to get out of this morning without mentioning this because I think this is historic. And not a good thing either, but Brooks Brothers, the oldest retail establishment out there, filed for bankruptcy this morning. And so, that to me is a sad day when your oldest retailer, they have suited 40 different presidents with Brooks Brothers suits. And that's just a sad day to me.
It really and truly is. I mean, it's like the Sears and Penney's bankruptcies. You look at them and say, "Oh my Lord, this is iconic."
Yeah, exactly. So just think about that, and hopefully they'll stay in business somehow. Somebody will buy them out or something like that. But hey, let's, as you said, where are we at today? We are green. In a lot of cases, we're just barely green because we were red when I woke up this morning. The Dow is basically up $10. The S&P 500 is up less than $3, and the NASDAQ is up less than $30. So you can go figure out those percentages. They're not very big at all. So I'm guessing we could go either way at the open from what I'm seeing right now this morning. If we look at gold and silver, they're both up today. Silver's up 1/3%, and gold's up a little over 1/4%. Crude oil, you got to like crude oil, Dave. It's up 1/4% at $40.71 a barrel.
And for the last couple, 3 days, it looks like we're establishing a trading range a little over 40, which is good news for our domestic energy industry.
Exactly. And so, I think it does seem to be that maybe we're hitting that maybe that's going to be our bottom now for a little while.
That would be nice to have. I mean, I don't want to pay more for gas, but I want to pay enough to be able to get our domestic oil industry back on track. World markets, a mixed bag over in Asia. Japan was down. Hong Kong was up this morning at the close. Europe's kind of looking at our zoo of coronavirus controversies and the travel restrictions going on. They're trading off, not by a lot, by 1/3 to 0.5%, but they are trading off across the board over in the European community. Phillip, I got to get advice as far as how to stabilize my retirement account because things go up, things go down, and you never know what's going to happen. That gets dangerous when you get close to retirement. How do I find you for advice?
You're right, Dave. I mean, this thing continues to be volatile, and it doesn't look like we're going to get out of it anytime soon. So let's take time to get a second opinion on your portfolio. Give me a call at 863-382-0037 to schedule your financial x-ray of your current portfolio. Follow us on Facebook. All you have to do is search Statler Financial Services. You'll pop up. You'll see my beautiful granddaughter there, as well as a lot of these repeats that we do from the radio every day when we're on. And then catch our weekend show on the radio, Statler Financial Radio Show, 6 a.m. and noon on Saturday, 10 a.m. Sunday mornings on Highlands News Talk 730.
All righty, and then back here again tomorrow morning on Light FM. Phillip, thank you so much. Congratulations again, and you have a marvelous day.
All right, man, you too. Talk to you soon.
Take care, my friend. It's 105.7 Light FM and Statler Financial Services, Phillip Statler.
Folks, again, I want to thank you for joining me today. I know I've been out for a couple of days, but hey, we're back in the saddle. We'll be here for a while, and you have a great day. I look forward to speaking to you again tomorrow. Follow us on Facebook. Have a great day. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.